So we thought we'd just kind of bring you up to speed on where we're going. As you know, we've been working on trying to get ourselves vaccinated with the COVID vaccine. Moderna is available here in Florida for seniors 65 and over like us, and we've been calling all the various counties. The state has left it up to each individual county to roll it out as they see fit.
So we've been calling 5 counties.
So we've been calling 5 different counties trying to get this thing scheduled. We finally got into Sarasota County, Sarasota Memorial Hospital, where they were doing appointments. And we made an appointment for last Saturday, got our first vaccine. It was an incredibly smooth experience. They were so ready and prepared for the onslaught that they had of people showing up. Of course, everybody had a 20-minute window to show up, but we showed up there. They directed us exactly where we needed to go, and within 20 minutes of the time that we were there, I had the injection in me. Phil got his 2 minutes later. And it was an incredibly smooth experience. And of course, then we signed up for this program, V-Safe, where they want us to follow up with them, everybody that takes the vaccine. They want us to follow up to see what kind of reactions, if any, they've had and what experiences they're having with having had post-vaccine. So we've been doing that, or I think both of us have. I know I have. I have had no symptoms whatsoever. My arm has not been sore. I've had just absolutely no symptoms whatsoever. Phil's had a little bit.
Yeah, my arm was a little sore for a couple of days, but that was it.
So we feel like hip hip hooray. This is 4 days after the first injection, and they told us we probably wouldn't have any reaction, particularly to the first one, but they do like to be safe. So I feel very confident. And the nice thing that they were doing in Sarasota is that they automatically gave us an appointment for our second injection, which is 4 weeks to the day after we got our first one, same time slot, same place. So that appears to be the only county right now in Florida that's doing that. It's actually scheduling the second shot with the first one. So we're very pleased with that program that they've got.
Sarasota Hospital set aside a certain amount for the people that got their shots on Saturday to get the follow-up shot. Now, do you want to talk about the fun that we had, the 10-hour phone and internet excursion a week ago Monday?
Yeah. So we'd have to backtrack a little bit to 2 weeks ago, last Monday, when we were still trying to get appointments. Manatee County was offering appointments starting at 8 a.m. Where you could get onto a website and try to log in and make an appointment. Lee County was starting at noon, where you could get in and try to make an appointment through a website. And then DeSoto Memorial Hospital was having a call-in program where you could call in and make an appointment. I guess Manatee was really a call-in too. Wasn't it? It was the first one. The first one was a call-in, it wasn't an appointment. So we started at 8 o'clock in the morning making phone calls. It was push your button to dial, and when it would go busy or say they couldn't answer, you'd hang up and dial, redial and redial and redial. I made, I think, 400 and some phone calls, and you made 500 and some phone calls.
Unbelievable.
In that period from 8 a.m. to noon, when Lee County started. By then, DeSoto had announced that all their appointments were full. So then we get on the computers. Wasn't Lee County computer?
Yes.
It was computer login, and we.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Manatee was computer. Lee County was the call-in.
Oh, well, whichever one was the call-in.
Right.
We made like 900 phone calls and never got through. The other one was on the computer. Lee County was on the computer because that's the one we actually got appointments made with. Was Lee County, that was on the
that's
computer.
right, because then they called, yes.
Yeah, okay. So then we get on Lee County. I had my desktop and my laptop set up to click on this website that you had to go to try to make an appointment, and it'd tell you it was busy, so you'd have to, what do I call that?
Redial.
Yeah, reboot or
reboot the website.
Yeah, the website again. So we were sitting there, and Phil was on his desktop, sitting there, reboot, refresh. That's what I was trying to say. And That actually didn't, it only took about 20 minutes before I actually made a connection on both of mine. And then the laptop finally got through and we actually made appointments for Lee County, and that was for the following week.
That would have been, we would have had the appointment yesterday.
Yeah, for that. So we did have.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. That was a week ago Monday. So we did have some luck there, but they had no idea when they were going to have the second shots available. And then an opportunity came up in Sarasota after that horrible Monday that we spent 10 hours of the day on computer and phones trying to make appointments. And
I called a colleague of mine called me and told me that they were giving out vaccinations at Sarasota Memorial Hospital for medical health professionals, and that I needed to get up there really quick. And I said, well, don't you need an ID? And he said, no, and I had an issue with that. So I got on their internet, and he wouldn't have been able to get one if he had to present his license or an ID because he's not a medical health professional. But when I got on the internet to see what they required, I also saw that they were offering it to the public on that Saturday. That was on a Wednesday, this Saturday. So that's when we opted to do that, is to go on there, and that's how we got the ones from Sarasota. So, yeah.
And it worked out well because
they're the only ones that guarantee that we'll have a second shot.
We'll have a second shot.
Yeah,
on a
the other
timely
ones.
basis.
We were also on a waiting list. We got on a waiting list at another hospital, and then in Fort Myers, Lee County. So we had to backtrack and call all them and cancel it. And we canceled them on Sunday, and we got phone calls yesterday from Lee County wanting to schedule appointments for us when we already had them. So, you know, we were really, things fell right into place for us in a good way, because now we're all set. We have assurance that we'll have the vaccine again in 3.5 weeks. And
Yeah. We feel very blessed that we were able to do that, because overall, you look at what's happening not only in the state of Florida, but nationwide, this rollout of COVID vaccines to the public has been
a nightmare.
Total disaster.
Yeah, it's been
absolute
a joke.
total disaster. There's been no centralized guidance whatsoever as to how this should be done, and it's just been a nightmare.
So that's been our story. Are you sticking to it?
That's it. Once again, we come out smelling like roses.
Yep.
Yeah. Mostly.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. Okay, so that's the update. I hope that everyone gets an opportunity to get their vaccine very quickly, and we'll keep you updated when we get our second shot, because they do say that the second shot, you probably will experience some symptoms. They said the second shot is worse than the first one. So, I don't know, we'll see. So, thanks for tuning in, and we hope you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified when we put up another video. And in the meantime, take really good care of yourselves.